So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Hofars SEO Workshop Day 1. My name is Akriti, and I'm a proud Hoffer and your host for this wonderful evening. I'm very pleased to welcome you all to today's SEO session. Before we proceed with this workshop, let me take a few minutes of your time to quickly introduce you to our company, Hofars. Hofars is an energy driven company creating sustainable energy for everyone with a motto of making this planet Earth a better place to live in for us and for our coming generations. We dominantly believe that innovation, continuous research, and development of new systems and processes would bring down the entropy and settle most of the problems like conflict over resources, such as water and energy crisis, giving way to a sustainable development. Further, we also have expertise in providing services in the field of information technology, human resource management, and customer excellence. We also have a team of certified professionals and interns from various prestigious colleges across the globe. The Customer Excellence Department of Hofers specializes in various domains, including digital marketing. Well, to know more about the company, you may refer to our website http://hoffers.com. You may find the link below in the chat box. Also, you can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Details will be shared in the chat box below. Please note that the participants who are interested in digital marketing job can directly apply through our website and can also be connected on social media with us for future job vacancies. Well, as I said, we have a team of experts. One such expert from the industry is our co-host, Sanskriti Arya Arora, who is a computer science graduate with rich knowledge in digital marketing and business development. I request Sanskriti to please address the audience.
Hi everyone, I am Sanskriti Arya Arora. As introduced by my colleague, I will be your mentor for this SEO workshop, which will be along 3 days, today, tomorrow, and day after. We will learn a lot about SEO and also its implementation so that you become industry ready when you leave this workshop at the end of the 3rd day. So without any further ado, I will like to share my screen and let's get started. Okay, so what is search engine optimization? Let's start from here. How many of you already know what is search engine optimization? Please refrain to the chat box. Do not unmute yourselves. A yes or no would be enough. Okay, as I can see, there are a mix of reaction. There are yeses and nos. So let's move forward to what is SEO firsthand. Let's get this out of our way. In the basics of term, in layman's term, it is basically the only process which helps you to improve your website visibility across any web browser. Any web browser, be it Google, be it Yahoo, be it Bing, anywhere, wherever and everywhere you can see a search box where you can search something, be it Amazon, be it YouTube. And SEO can help you optimize your visibility on that platform. In layman's term, basically SEO is the process of improving your visibility. That's all that SEO is. There is no extra hoo-ha to that term. Let's restrict to this and you will see only this definition will take you throughout your entire digital marketing process. Now, there are three basic things that you look for when you create a website. First of all is the quality of traffic. Second is your quantity, and last is your organic result. Now, when you create a website, what is your basic aim? Your basic aim is to attract all the visitors in the world that you can get, to convert them as your customers, to convert them for further processes, be it liking your blog, be it commenting, be it converting them as a customer and placing your product in front of them, or actually selling that product. So your basic aim is to attract all the visitors you can get. But for example, if you sell Apple computers, do you want to be shown in the list where, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so for example, you are an Apple computer seller. Do you wish to be shown with farmers which are selling Apple on your search engine or not? Yes or no? Will it be viable if you are shown as a result with other farmers which are selling apples when you are selling an Apple computer? Can I get a yes or no in the chat? No, of course not. Because if you do get your visibility with the farmers that are selling Apple, even if people click on your website, they cannot be converted as end customers. Therefore, they'll be of no use. So the very first thing that SEO helps you with is the quality of traffic. You can decide who you wish to target. You can customize your target audience to the very last person. The second thing is quantity of traffic. Now, we have defined this is our audience and we are targeting our niche audience. For an example, our company Hofars, it is an energy consultant agency. Now, when it comes to energy sector, it is a very niche sector that we're talking about. We're talking about a very restricted target audience. So here, the quality of traffic matters the most. The second thing is quantity. Now we have figured out who we wish to target. We have got the year by the use of search engine. Now, search engine optimization, because it has increased your visibility, because you are ranking 1 or 2 or 3 or in the top 10 of your search engine, the quantity will also increase. Your CTR will increase. So that is the second most important usage of your SEO. The last thing is organic result. Now, what are organic result? Organic result is basically anything that you're not supposed to pay for. It is organically driven. You're not paying any money for it. You're not putting in any kind of investment. When for otherwise, for example, if you take up any social media site, for example, Instagram or Facebook, if you wish to target a particular set of audience on those platforms, you have to take help of paid advertisement, where you can derive people who are using certain kind of hashtags, people who are searching for certain kind of things, people who are in a certain place according to the geography of the world. So for that, when you have to inorganically increase your conversions, you have to pay for them, as compared to SEO, for which you don't have to pay a dime, but you can increase your conversions organically. Let's move forward. Now, why do we need an SEO? First of all, as I said, it will increase your visibility. Therefore, it will increase your ranking. Visibility and ranking are two terms which are directly proportional to one another. If your ranking is increased, your visibility increases, and therefore your brand recognition increases. As as many people see your brand, as many conversions you will get. Therefore, at the end of the day, if your ranking increases, your brand recognition increases. I would like to also mention a stats that was provided a while ago by the Advanced Web Ranking, which said that the click-through rate of the very first search that you get on your Google platform has a probability of click-through rate of 30 to 35%. That means out of 100, 30 to 35 people have a probability of clicking on the very first search that they get on Google when they search for something. As compared to on the very same page, the 10th ranking website only gets a mere of 1.4% of clicks that day. So I think this basically tells you how important your SEO is. If you don't rank in the very first 5 or 10 websites, you may never get a chance to be clicked on by your target audience. The second thing is SEO can be made for you. Now, what does this mean? SEO is customizable. You are using certain kind of keywords in your website, which will only show up as a result of your target audience search. It will not show up as someone else's search. For example, if I'm searching for online shopping and online shopping in India, I will be given Myntra, I will be given Amazon, etc. But I will not be given Swiggy, I will not be given Zomato, because those are food delivery outlets, those are not online shopping outlets. So SEO can be exactly customized according to the audience requirement. Measurable marketing. Now, what do you mean by measurable marketing? You can measure, is your SEO working or not, through a set of metrics. I think, do you people know about Google Analytics? Yes or no? Anyone knows about any analytics platform? Okay, I can see some yeses. Okay, so what do you mean by measurable marketing? It is as if you know about Google Analytics, you know that there is a set of metrics that comes into place. For example, okay, I will compare it with Instagram. How many of you have a business account on Instagram? Because if you do, when you post something, there is a section underneath it says insight. When you click on insight, it tells you how many people have actually clicked on your post today. That is what insight tells you. And the only insight you're going to get from it as a content creator is my content isn't working. Okay, the last post went viral, but this content isn't working, I have to change it. That's all the insight you can get from an Instagram insight department. But there are so many other reasons why Instagram did not rank your content higher than your competitor. There are a lot of reasons when it comes to Instagram. The Instagram algorithm is way more complex than just my content wasn't appropriate. Okay, likewise, search engine also has an algorithm which works to rank your website accordingly. Now, but in Instagram, you'll have to pay for it to figure out why your Instagram is not working. Whereas in SEO, you don't have to pay for it. You just set up your Google Analytics and you can figure out the very exact reason why your SEO wasn't working. Was it the keyword CPC went up? Was it the paid difficulty went up? What was it exactly? Was it some technical difficulty when it comes to your website? Is it related to your website design? Is it related to your website coding? What is wrong with it? You can pin it out exactly for free and change it and get your SEO to work. Now, the next thing is SEO can be outsourced to run hands free. Okay, has anyone heard over Instagram, over YouTube, any life guru which says you can only become wealthy in the 21st of century if your money makes money for you while you are asleep? Yes or no? Okay, so everyone's very active on YouTube and Instagram, as I can see. Okay, so SEO is the same thing. SEO is your money. Okay, it'll work for you even when you're asleep. The only thing you have to do when it comes to SEO is design your website properly, write your content properly, and create a analytics platform to allow it to analyze your workings, to analyze the ranking of your website. That's all. Then you can go to sleep. You then, after once your website tends to start to rank, which takes some time, it is a long-term process, you can see what's actually going wrong. You just have to make a few modifications here and there, changes that has already been derived by the algorithm, and the analytics platform will tell you beforehand. You can do it and your SEO will start working again. So SEO is something that you don't have to engage with on a daily basis. For example, on Instagram, you have to create your content every single day. Even on Facebook, you have to be engaging with the communities. Even on LinkedIn, you have to engage with your partners, with your connections. You have to put out blogs. But when it comes to SEO, you don't have to do any such thing. Once it is set up, you can go to sleep. It'll work on its own. Now let's move to next thing. How does it actually work? How does SEO is working? How is Google actually working? Now, what happens when there is a search bar in your Google, in your every search engine, there's a search bar. For example, I search online shopping. Now, Google has these crawlers. You can call them crawlers. People call them spiders. People call them bots. So any one of the word you wish to choose. So Google has these crawlers. Once you click enter, these crawlers come into action. These crawlers go back into all the information that Google has, crawl every single website, every single web page, every single word that is written, and starts to bring it back in ones and zero. Ones and zero is basically the language of computers. If someone doesn't know, the crawler will bring back the relevant information according to the keyword you have searched, which has been written in the search bar. It will bring back the information ones and zeros, and that all of that information will be fed to the Google algorithm, the Google indexing algorithm. Now, as you can see the pie chart very clearly, these are, no one knows actually all of the reasons that Google uses as its ranking factors, but some of them are known, and I have listed some of them here in the pie chart. Now, according to all of these features, if your website has it, if your web page has it, it'll start indexing it one by one. What is index? Basically, everyone may have read a book once or one time or other. So index is basically, okay, one number chapter one this thing, second number chapter two this thing. So that is as simple as that. An index is created. Ranking number one, some website. Ranking number two, some website. Ranking number three, some website. And you will get a search engine result page. This is all that happens when it comes to your Google crawlers, how they go back, how they get it, and how it is indexed. Okay, now let's move forward. So since it is an SEO workshop, and some people may be aware, some people may not be aware with some SEO industry related words. So I'll go through over them once in the start only, so that if in the further workshop, if I use them, no one gets confused, no one thinks, am I talking in German or what? Okay, so let's go through them one by one. The very first one is anchor text. Now, what is anchor text? Let me take an example. For example, Nykaa puts up a blog today. It says the 5 top moisturizers of 2021. The very first one is the Clinique moisturizer, and it gives it features underneath. Now, the word Clinique, when you click on Clinique, you can go back to Clinique's website, Clinique's company's website. Now, how did that happen? First of all, that is a link. As everyone may have understood, if you click on something and it takes you to another web page, it is a link. But is it feasible for Nykaa to put the entire link, the entire https:/nykaa.com https clinique.com/this moisturizer/this page and everything? No, it will a lot of hustle bustle will start to happen within that one blog. So what they do, they use a word. For example, here Clinique is being used as an anchor text for the link, and they will add that link to that word. So as when you click that word, it will take you back to the link of the company. Now, the next thing is alt text. What is alt text? Okay, so I went through your responses on the Google form, and I saw some people already are making a website. Some people already have a website. So when you're creating a website, obviously you're putting in some images, obviously you're putting in some videos. So when you put in an image, do you think Google knows that is an image when it crawls? Yes or no? Exactly. Google does not know it is an image if you do not tell Google crawlers that it is an image. Okay. So how do you tell Google it is an image? There is an alt text option. Anyone who has created a website may know this, that when you put up any image, there's an alt text bar that is given to you, where you have to put certain keyword which claims what the image is about. For example, if I am making a blog on top 5 SEO tools of 2021, and the first picture I put up is of Moz bar. Now, underneath Moz bar, there will be a description option wherein I have to enter what the image is about. The Moz bar logo, the Moz bar analytics page, what is it about? And always remember, don't put keywords so as to rank higher. It is not feasible for you. You have to put in the exact definition, even if that keyword doesn't rank higher, but you have to put in the exact definition of the picture that actually claims what the picture is about in the alt text. Next comes our authority. Authority is very simple. Tomorrow we will be implementing our keyword research and backlink analysis, and at that point I will explain in detail what is authority. For now, authority is as simple as the ability of your page to rank higher in the search, where in your search engine result page, the ability of your page to rank higher is your authority. Authority is of two types. The first one is your domain authority. The second one is your page authority. Now, what is domain authority? Domain authority is the ability of your entire website to rank higher, your entire domain to rank higher. Page authority is only the ability of your single web page to rank higher. For example, domain authority is the ability of www.amazon.com to rank higher. Page authority will be www.amazon.com/clinique moisturizer, and so on. So an exact web page to rank higher would be your page authority, but the entire website would be domain authority. Okay. Now let's move forward to title tag and meta description. I will talk about in the next slide. The next thing are keywords. Keywords is as simple as anything you put in the search bar is a keyword. Be it a single word, be it 2 words, be it 3 words, be it 5, be it 8. Anything you put in your search bar is a keyword. Next is long tail keywords. Long tail keywords are a type of keywords. Long tail are usually phrases. When we are talking about 4 to 5 words together, they are called as long tail keywords. I will talk about the significance of long tail keywords tomorrow when we will be implementing a keyword research. Next thing is keyword density. Okay, now what is keyword density? Now I'm making a website. I have an about us page. I have written about 1,000 to 1,500 words on that page. Now I'm going to try to add keywords to it. My website is about online shopping. So I have to write, of course, now the keyword is online shopping. So that when someone searches online shopping in our Google, my at least about us page should start ranking higher. So now I'm thinking to add online shopping on my about us page. How many times can I use this keyword in my about us page is known as keyword density. Keyword density should never be greater than 3%. For example, if I'm writing 1,000 to 1,500 words, the number of times I can write online shopping will be 3% of 1,000 words. Okay, that is that. Domain authority, I've already been through that. Then comes page authority, I've already been through that. Do and no follow, I will get to it tomorrow when we will be talking about backlink analysis. Then comes your 301 redirect. Now, what is 301 redirect? 301 redirect is basically a method which is used to tell your search engine that the page location has been permanently moved. Because when your, for example, your services page has been moved from somewhere to somewhere. Now you haven't redirected it. You haven't redirected your original page. When the Google crawler will come back to crawl your website to rank it, it will get confused. Which page is it supposed to load? Is it supposed to crawl the original one? Is it supposed to crawl the new one? So that is why a 301 redirect is used. The next thing is canonical. Canonical, I will perform in the technical analysis with you in our third workshop day. Then comes inbound links and outbound links. As it says, these are links. So these are basically 2 types of backlinks. Okay. Inbound links are basically link from one page to another on the same website. For example, if on the About Us page, so I have a company and I provide some services. Okay, for example, Hofars has an About Us page, and Hofars provide services in the HR domain, in the IT domain, in the energy domain, and so on. Now, on my About Us page of Hofars, I write I mention some of my services, and I create a link to my services page. That is an inbound link. The link which has been created from one of your web page to another of the same website. Now, what is an outbound link? For example, I start to write blogs on Hofer's website. One of those blogs is related to some SEO tool. I create a link to that SEO tool. For example, I take up Uber Suggest. Uber Suggest is an SEO tool. I think most of you people may know about that tool. So I create a link to Uber Suggest page on my Hofer's blog page. That will be an outbound link for Uber Suggest. Okay, so any link of your website on any other website is basically your outbound link. Next comes search. SERP stands for search engine result page. Whenever you search something on Google, whatever the page shows up, the entire result that shows up from first to last until it tells you, you can also search for this until it tells you go to the next page. The entire page is called a search engine result page. Then comes your breadcrumb, navigation, and sitemap. Both of these are come under technical SEO, and both of them are required. So, for example, if I leave you in Jaipur today without a map and you've never been to Jaipur, what will you do? You will get confused. You will not know where to go. You will not know where to take your train from. You will not know where is your hotel. You will know nothing. So, exactly like that, when a crawler comes to your website to crawl it, to try to index it, it doesn't know where to go. So it is feasible for it to provide a map. As simple as that. Um, you are the seller, and your customer comes to your shop. Now will you let the customer go around and try to find something on his own, or will you try to help him? Obviously, as the seller, you will try to help your customer. You will try to take him around the shop, give him descriptions, give him help him around, pick something that he likes or not, try to understand what he wants. Exactly like that, when a crawler comes to your website, we provide him a sitemap. Okay, this is my About Us page. From About Us page, you can go to my services page. From services page, you should go to my blogs. From blogs, you should go to my Contact Us page. So something like that. Both of these belong to that category. The next thing is indexed page. Okay, what is indexed page? Now the crawler has crawled your website, the crawler has crawled your web page, and it has produced a result. This is the produced result is called your indexed page because it has been indexed now. It is a part of your Google algorithm index. Therefore, it is known as your index page. Other than this, whatever terms I'll be using, I'll be explaining them throughout your workshop. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, now let's come to, I'm sorry, give me a second. Is it visible?
It is.
Okay. Okay, so we have talked about all the things that, all the terms that are going to be used in the next 3 days. What is your website about? Basically, what actually helps you to rank better? What is the thing that you can put on your website? It's all about content. Content is king. I think most of you may have heard about content is king. Whatever you put on your website is the most important thing. Okay. So let's get started. This is now, whenever you write content on your website, it has to be in a particular structure according to the guidelines that your search engine has provided, so as to rank it higher. So as the your content is easier for the crawler to crawl. Okay, whatever we do, whatever method we choose to do as our SEO technique is only aimed so that when the crawler comes at our door, it is easier for him to crawl through our website and so as to rank it higher. Okay, now how do you write? I will go through the entire structure of how you should write on your website. The very first thing is the URL. How your URL should be. First of all, your URL should be very short and should be very precise. It should claim exactly what the website is about. Okay, it should not use any numbers. It should not say anything that your website is not about. Okay, it should be very, very precise, very to the point. The next thing is use keywords. Keywords cannot be used in your for example, in your entire website URL, but it can be used when it comes to your web pages. For example, if my web page is about services and I don't use the service keyword, I use something else. I use www.hofars.com /things we provide. Now, things we provide or services, which one is better for you? Can someone tell me which one sounds better? Which one will be crawled easier? Services or things we provide? Exactly, services, because it tells exactly what the page is about, and also service is a keyword. So when the crawler will come to your website, it will know that service. First of all, it will rank it higher because it is a keyword. Second of all, it will know exactly what your page is about. The next thing is lowercase. Every URL is in lowercase. And the last thing is hyphen. Now, if, for example, you have to use 3-4 words, for example, the about us page, you cannot write about us as one word. The crawler will get confused, people will get confused. So to divide those two words, you have to use about, hyphen, and us. Okay. The next thing comes is image. Now, this is a little tricky thing. We also will always optimize the images, the media, basically images, videos, whatever it is, when we put up on our website. How to optimize it now? First of all, as I've already explained, for every image, there is an alt text that is provided to you, be it on WordPress, be it on Wix, be it if you've coded your website yourself, then an alt text is to be provided with every image. The description should be provided, and you can use keywords there, but don't use keywords just for the sake of using keywords. The description has to tell what the image is about firsthand. Second, has to be a readable name, has to be very precise, very concise. Next thing is it has to load quickly. Every image that goes up on a website should be less than 100 KB. You can use your compressing free tools that are available all over the internet to optimize your image. The next thing comes is your H1 heading. Now, what is H1 heading? H1 heading is basically a heading that you can only use once on a single web page. You cannot use 2, you cannot use 3, not more than 1. H1 will be your main heading of that web page. Therefore, it should be unique. If it is about us page, write about us. If it's the services you provide, write services we provide. Okay, it has to be very unique. It cannot be used twice. You cannot duplicate it. It will show up as a technical error in your SEO when you'll audit your website. Next thing is if you don't provide, for example, if you don't write something as H1 in your code, it will be taken up automatically while the Google crawls it. Okay, so you put it or not, the very first thing, very first heading that you will put in your website will be taken up as H1. Now, H1 should contain the primary keyword. As I said, if it is about us page, it should say about us. For example, if it's about us page and you are writing something introduction to our services, of course those two things does not match. The URL and the H1 does not match. Okay, so therefore you will be ranking lesser than your competitors. So it should say exactly what your page is about, and in a very unique manner using keywords. Next thing is you can use numbers and power words. For example, if I'm writing a blog, so for example, I'm writing a blog on SEO tools, I can write top 10 SEO tools of 2021. I'm using 10, a number, I'm using top. Top is a power word. Okay, people tend to click on power words much more easily as compared to on other words. So for example, if I just write an SEO blog, no one will click on that. People will click on, but people will click on top 10 SEO tools of 2021. Okay, let's move to H2 heading. What is H2 heading? Whenever you write something on your website, it should be structured in a paragraph manner. Okay, um, like it should be divided among paragraphs. Every paragraph should have a quote before it, or should have H2 headings. H2, now from H2 to H6 there are a lot of sizes of headings that are available. You can use multiple, you can use H2 twice, you can use H3 twice, it does not matter. Only H1 is the one which has to be used only once. Okay, now comes list. For example, if you have to write in a lot of content, try to use list format, try to use tables, try to use bullet points, something which is easily readable and easily crawlable. The next thing, it's your quote. For example, has anyone written on Medium or any of the blogging website? Yes or no? Okay, so when you go up on a blogging website, every blogging website has certain attributes to it. Okay, for example, I write on Medium. So on Medium, we have this option to put in quotes. We have this option to put in your image backlink. We have this option to put the alt text. We have this option to write in certain sources. So you know, when you write anything on a blogging website, you should go through all of it attributes. For example, there is a quote option given here. So for example, in Medium, when you write in Medium, there's a quote option given where you can write a quote and you can link it directly back to the person you are using his quote from. Okay, the next thing, okay, let's move on to your secondary keywords. Now, your H1 will tell you exactly what your blog is about or what your web page is about. Now, how many words can you use and what are the keywords that you're going to use? The keyword that is used in the heading is known as primary keyword, and every keyword that is related to that keyword will be known as secondary keyword, and those keywords will be used in your entire blog. Okay, blog usually has to be when you crawl, it is according to the guidelines, it says about 1000 to 1500 words are the number of words that should be available on your every single web page. Okay, uh, the next thing is, okay, we'll talk about keyword research tomorrow so that it's easier for you to understand while I'm doing it. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, now let's come to SEO types, the thing you're here for. There are 3 SEO types basically. Well, there are way more, but the 3 main verticals. The first one is on page, the second is off, and the last is technical. On page is anything you can do to your website to rank higher. Okay, every element you can optimize of your own website to rank higher is your on page SEO. What is off-page SEO? As the name suggests itself, off-page SEO is any action you can take outside your website. For example, backlinks. For example, submission of forums, submission of question answers on forums. For example, answers you do on Quora. For example, Reddit. For example, article submission. All of that comes under off-page. Last is technical analysis. Technical analysis is basically, why is it called technical? I don't actually get why is it differently called technical, but it is also basically things you can do to your website. It is a part of on-page SEO, but since a little bit of coding is required, therefore we tend to call it technical SEO. Okay, now we're going to start with your on-page SEO right away. So there's basically a 12 pointer checklist that comes in your on-page SEO. Okay, for if I tell you on Google, you search online shopping and a list of results will show. Can you see snapdeal.com? Is it visible? Okay. So this is how your search shows. Am I right? Okay. So what is this? Whenever this is the very first thing, this is the very first point of interaction with your customer. Okay, if this isn't optimized, there is very less chance that first of all it will be ranked higher, and if it is, and if it doesn't tell your customer exactly what your website is about, people won't click on it. Okay, and one day or the other the ranking will go down because people weren't clicking on it, so Google will drown it somewhere in the second, third, fourth, fifth page. So this is the very first thing that your customer is going to see. Therefore, it's important that it tells exactly what is your website is about. It is catchy. People tend to click on it, and it is pleasing to the eye. Okay. The very first thing, as you can see, is the website. These three things is called metadata. It was mentioned in the SEO glossary. These three things is basically called the metadata: the website title, the URL, and description. This is called your metadata. Now, what is website title? Online shopping site India, shop electronics, men and women. Dot dot dot. This is your website title. That comes in your blue color. This is your website title. Now, it has certain guidelines that you should abide by. First of all, it should not be more than 60 characters. You can check how long is your title by going up on Google and searching for your character counting website. It will tell you exactly how many characters have you used. I'm not talking about 60 words. Always remember that these are characters. I'm talking about character, not words. 60 characters. It should be not more than 60 characters. Otherwise, just like the Snapdeal example, it will show dot dot dot. You don't want that to happen. Okay. Next thing is keyword should be at the start. See, Snapdeal shows you. Snapdeal is an online shopping site of India, and the very first keyword is online shopping site India. So therefore, you should use your keywords in website title first of all. Second of all, it should be at the very start. Next, use numbers. As I said, you should use powerful words such as top. You should use numbers which rank higher in your domain. If I'm writing about top 10 SEO tools, I should go up and search, is top 10 working better? Top 20 is working better nowadays. Top 5 is working better, and write accordingly. Okay. The next thing is your URL. As it says, https snapdeal.com. This is your URL. As I explained earlier, URL should be very short and precise. URL should give you a keyword, even if it's a branded keyword. Branded keyword is basically your brand name or whatever your brand signifies. That is known as your branded keyword. Here, the branded keyword is Snapdeal, and that is what they have used. They haven't used any numbers, any special characters, no underscore and writing something else about it. It is very clean, visible, precise, short, and that is how your URL should look like. The last thing is a website description. Website description is snapdeal.com, shop, home decor, kitchen items, men and women's fashion, etc., etc. This is your website description. Now, website description has is guidelined to be from 155 to 160 characters and no more. Otherwise, it will show that dot 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 as it is showing from Snapdeal. Okay. The next thing is you should use keywords. Okay, because see, this is the very first thing that the crawler is going to see. This is the very first thing that your customer is going to see. Therefore, you should use the right keywords. You should use the right keywords that your crawler can see. You should use the right keywords that your customers can see, but do not stuff it just for the sake of ranking higher. Do not stuff your metadata. Next comes, okay, now let's move to your H1 tag. What is H1 tag? As I said, H1 tag is the very first heading that will go up on your web page. It can only be one. You cannot duplicate it. Otherwise, it will show an error. Okay, in your technical analysis, in your SEO audit that you will do for your website. So it can be only one. It should describe exactly what it is about, and it should contain keyword, because that is the first thing that will go up on your website. H2 to H6 tags can be used at your will. You wish to use them, you do not wish to use them, the number of times you want to use them. The next thing is internal links. As I said, the links which point from one point to another are basically your links from one page of your website to another is your website links. Am I audible? I'm sorry, there was a technical glitch.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move forward. So you have to make sure that you link your pages from one place to another. Why? Because also when you provide a sitemap, it will tell you from which page to go to another to the crawler. It will also tell the crawler that my website's link equity is higher, which is basically the power of ranking higher. As it's written on the PPT itself, link equity, that is a term that is used by a lot of people in the industry. It is basically the power to rank higher. Okay, the power to rank higher when it comes to your site pages. The next thing is image alt text. As I've explained in the last one only, image size should be less than 100 KB. Second of all, for example, in Medium, it also gives you an option to link your image. Okay, you should always, first of all, you should always use images from websites that rank higher. Okay, don't use, for example, if I write about a blog, SEO top 10 SEO do's, and I am using a picture that was on the 10th page of Google search engine, will it help my blog? Yes or no? Of course not, because see, it was anyway ranking lower than my blog. And if I'll add another liability, it is basically a liability that you're adding to your blog, something which isn't ranking higher, you are adding to your blog. So if you add a liability, it's your blog is anyway a new thing that is going to go up. You do not want to add another weight to it. Okay, so always use images, first of all, which are 100 KB less. Second of all, it should have a proper description to it. Third, it should always have a link to a website that ranks higher than your domain. The next thing is, you should always keep in mind that .png format is for logos and .jpeg is for your pictures, your images. Also, it's easier for the Google to crawl your website when you give it a sitemap. Okay, the other pointers are your mobile. It should be mobile friendly, your website. I'll tell you how you can check your website is mobile friendly, how you can check your speed and voice search, everything. Give me a second, I'll get to it. Let's talk about mobile friendly first. Why do we need it to be mobile friendly? How many of you are actually attending this Zoom from mobile? You can write just yes. See, already this is a meeting and people are attending meetings from mobile. So if your website isn't mobile friendly, will people actually try to attend it? Will people actually go through the hustle bustle of a desktop website showing up on their mobile phones? No, of course not, because mobile is in your hand at all times. It is much more accessible as compared to your laptop, as compared to your desktop. So your website for sure should be a mobile friendly website. For that, you should always make sure that because there are some content that you can put on your desktop website, but it is unplayable when it comes to your mobile. So make sure you optimize your unplayable content. Make sure all of your content speed is really fast. And the last thing is your canonical tag. I will be showing you how to do it in our with our technical analysis workshop. Okay, now comes the speed. As I said, it should be lightning fast. Your loading speed should be lightning fast as any website. Okay, how long are you ready to wait for your website to load? 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, not more than that. You will not wait. You will go back and you'll click on another website. Okay, people don't wait anymore. They don't have the patience to. So your speed should be lightning fast. Last is voice search. Now, what is voice search? How many of you have Alexa or Siri? Okay, see, already people are saying yes, I have Alexa and all. Okay, so this is the time of voice search. we have to walk with the century we are in. We have to be aligned with the technology that have come in place. Okay, so with voice search, what is voice search? Basically, when you go up on your phone and you ask Siri, what is this or what is that? I think you must have seen that advertisement, sambar bina idli, sambar bina imli kaise banega? Yes or no? Okay, so I think everyone must have. It is an advertisement that shows up on your YouTube 10-15 times a day. Anyway, so that basically that advertisement, everyone is using voice search, from your mother to your father to yourself to your friends to who, not everyone. So your website should be voice search optimized. How to do that? I will talk about it. How to find the keywords, how to find those questions. Okay, because voice search isn't something that will come to your mind immediately. For example, if I'm creating a website, online shopping, I know online shopping is going to be a keyword. I know women clothing, I know men's shoes is going to be a keyword. But what kind of questions people are actually asking, can you know? No, we have to find this. We have to find the exact thing that people are trying to search for and add it. Okay, do you know there is a FAQ question, FAQ part in websites usually? Yes or no? Okay, so that is voice search. I don't know if you people know that, but that is actually there for voice search. Those are questions basically put there, 10 to 12 questions put there just for voice search. The last thing is HTTPS. I think you must have seen it over YouTube as well. If you don't know anything about HTTPS, but your hacker does. So has anyone seen that advertisement? Okay, so I think some of you have. So HTTP is basically a security protocol that you have to follow, and any website which does not follow this protocol, Google will not rank you higher. Okay, it is a guideline that Google tells you to abide by. Let's move forward. Okay, voice search, as I said, should be if you are making a website, or if you do have a website, if you are going to have clients next time, so tell them the FAQ should have at least 10 to 12 questions, and the answer should be 2 to 3 paragraphs, no less. The next thing, I've already talked about site content. Now feature snippet. What is feature snippet? How many of you have you heard about position #0? Has anyone heard about position #0? Okay, so I'm getting mixed signals. You mostly knows. I'll tell you what is position #0. It is new, and it is something that is going to shoot your ranking when it comes. No, it is not a trending hashtag. I'll tell you, it is something that is going to shoot your ranking. It is going to literally make Google rank you higher. See, position 1 is the very first one that comes on your SERP. Position 2 is the second, and so. But where is position 0? Can you see position 0 anywhere? Do you think, where can you see position 0? Does anyone, any idea? Is the very first one is the one you can see. What is before that? What can you see before that? Okay, let me explain then. 0. Okay, I'll tell you what is 0. Okay, feature snippet are basically your enhanced results. It is a new thing that has, not very new, but okay, much later, after ranking started to happen, much later people got into the SEO thing. It gives you a bigger visual appeal, and it basically makes Google to rank you higher. Now, how do you do that? Let's get to it. I am going to open my Google now, and we'll tell you how. I'm going to stop share for a second, and I'm going to share back to my Google Chrome. Okay. Okay. Is it visible? I'm sorry to open the chats again.
Yes.
Okay, it is visible. Okay. Acha, let's talk about mobile friendly first, because this is the first one as I open. You can write a URL here. For example, I write www. Some random website, and I said test my URL. Okay, this is a tool which you can keep. It is from Google to test your mobile friendly. Is your website mobile friendly or not? And it starts to analyze. See, this page is mobile friendly. This website, it is a random website. Please don't bother about it. Anyway, so this website is mobile friendly, first of all, and gives you another resources. If it wasn't, for example, now this one, but for example, if it was not, here will say page loading issues. You can click view details. It will tell you exactly what is wrong with your website. Mobile friendly and partially not. You can work on it for free from here only. You can export your report, and you can work with every single pointer thereafter. Okay, the second thing is this is with think with Google tool to check your speed. Okay, for example, if I write let's go with let's see if it works. It takes a second or two, so please don't worry. You're going to be shown a bar here. I hope you can see it. You can take note of every tool I am using. It will be useful for people who already have websites, for people who are going to create new ones, who are going to want to work with companies thereafter. Okay, see, this is a company. This is Think with Google Test My Site. I will send you the sources. If you wish, I can send you the sources. Anyway, so here is the rating. It is poor. As you can see, it says 2.9 seconds. Just think about it, 2.9 seconds. 2.9 seconds is such a small span of time, a micro span of time, and it still tells you poor. People are still not clicking on this website because it takes 2.9 seconds to load. People don't have any patience. Okay, now here you can get your full report again. As you can see, there's a get your full report option. From here, it will tell you exactly what is wrong with your website, which places are taking longer to load, and you can optimize it accordingly. Next tool comes is Answer the Public. As I said, okay, I mentioned voice search. How are you going to find voice search? How are you going to find what kind of questions? I'm sorry. Are what kind of questions are people asking? First of all, okay, you can also go on Google. I will tell you how to do that as well. First is Answer the Public. You can write, for example, online shopping is a keyword I am searching for, and I click search. It has started loading for me. See, the very first thing is 79 questions. It will give you a graph like this. How, what, why, will, where, when, which, who, are, everything. You can export, download the CSV, okay, very easily, and you can start using these questions in your FAQs. You can start using this question in your blog section. You can start using these questions in your service section, wherever you wish to. Okay, you can actually do data. This is it's easier. This is how I work. So I usually go for data, not visualization. You can also check for prepositions if you wish to. So it's very easy, very easy to find, very easy to relate to. And next thing related, I will talk about in Google. Okay, let's come to feature snippet. What is a feature snippet? This is a paragraph feature snippet. Okay, there's a paragraph first written here. Feature snippets are pieces of information that typically appear. Now, this website, ahref.com, ahref is, by the way, SEO tool itself. So this website hasn't ranked here because of its domain authority. It isn't ranking here because it was optimized well. No, it is ranking here because it had a feature snippet in it. Feature snippet are of 4 types. It is a paragraph, video, image, okay, and bullet points. The very first one is this paragraph feature snippet. As you can see, there's a paragraph that is shown. So, and it is in the blog section. So you should write your blog section content as a format of a feature snippet so that it shows up here. Okay. This is your FAQ that I was taught. People also ask. As you can see, here are the questions I talked about. Answer the public is the tool that you can use. Otherwise, if you can't use the tool, you can see the people also ask place to find the FAQs. This search engine journal is your position #1. But this how to optimize for Google feature snippet is actually position #0. This is what I was talking about. This is how Google ranks for you, and you don't have to do anything. Okay, next one. This is the video. This, I think you must have seen this. This is how a video is shown nowadays. Sometime before it used to come at the top only, but nowadays it started to come here in the video section. Matlab alag se. So this is how your video starts to show up as a feature snippet. The next thing is your bullet points. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, in the in this website, Support Google, in the answer section, they have answered it in the bullet format matter, and that is why it has been shown as position #0. So this is how you should write in your website as well. Okay, how should I get here? Okay, the last one is table. Yes, this is what I was forgetting. So there is bullet points, there is image, there is video, and there is table. As I said in the very start, when I was talking about what type of content and how to write your content, how to structure your content, I said if you have a lot of content to go up on your website, you should write it in a table format matter. I said that for the very reason because it is a feature snippet. It will provide you with the ability to rank as position #0. Google will rank you at the very top. Okay, this is the very last form of your feature snippet. Okay, now I will also tell you how to do this feature snippet table one in my website. See, I was working with someone. This is Wix. I was working on a website. Let's get to it. I'm going to edit this website. You can also do it in WordPress. In WordPress, it's very easy. You have to go to dashboard. You have to go to the post section. Then you have to add a new post. You have to scroll down. There will be a table section. You can just go click table and it will start to show. I think I've already opened it. Okay, this is what it shows once I start to open it. You have to add a content manager. If you don't have it already in your Wix website, you have to add it. And then a content manager will show at the very last. Here comes the content manager. You will click on the content manager. You will go new collection. Okay. Now, for example, I give it the name handbags. Sorry, it's going to load again. It takes a second. Please don't mind. Wix is a little slow. Okay, here it is. So add content manager, new collection. And I'm going to write handbags, create. I'm sorry for the spelling mistake. See, this is how it will start to show up. This is the very first. See, this is how you're going to create a table. Now I click on this. I go to properties. I change it to title of the product. For example, I want to write the name here. And my field type is text because I'm going to use the alphabet here. So that is how. The next thing I will add, for example, I have to give my price here. So price, I will change my field type to number because price will always be in number format. Done. Next thing, if I want to link my product, which I'll be listing, then I'll change the type here to URL so that I can enter also URL here. Now, you can fill out your verticals as you want, and this is how you create a table feature snippet in Wix. In WordPress, as I said, in WordPress is very easy. Go to your dashboard, go to post, add a new post, then scroll down to the very bottom, and there will be a section which will give you an option to add a table. Okay, this is how your feature snippet works, the table one. I'm going to give you an open field when it comes to your images and other ones, video ones. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Last thing I'm going to talk about is, okay. Do you remember I talked about metadata? Yes or no? Metadata. Okay. So I searched Elixir Consulting. For example, this is just a keyword I used. Elixir is a computer language. Okay. Or let's just leave it at that. And this is the very first result. Now, for example, I'm working for a client, and the client has asked me, okay, we are going to create a website, Sanskriti. Tell us what our competitors are using in their metadata. Okay, because when you start to work with a client, the very first thing, as I said, the very first point of interaction of your website with your customer is going to be your metadata, this thing that is going to show up. So when you search your keywords, the very first things are going to be this. Therefore, this has to be very properly optimized. How do you learn the keywords that your competitor is using? I'm going to tell you that now. For example, I search Elixir Consulting. Elixir Consulting is a company in the Elixir realm, in the Elixir industry. Anyway, in the IT industry. Now, this is the very first search I got. Now, I have to check whether what keywords they are using, and can I use those keywords or not? Because see, they're ranking at the very top. So if I start to use those keywords, it will help me grow as well. So this is so I click on this website and this opens up. This is their website. Okay. You right click here. You go to view page source. Simple. On your keyboard, do Control plus F to find. Write meta, because we are talking about metadata. In coding terms also, we write it meta. Go to, now find the meta that we are talking about. I've already searched this beforehand, so I know it's number 33. Okay. Now here 33C. It says meta. Can you repeat it once from source? Sure. So right click, go to view page source. As simple as that. Okay. Then on your keyboard, click Control plus F to find it. Control plus F is a shortcut. Now write meta, META. Okay. There are 41 results, as you can see. Go down, go down, go down. Try to find it. Okay. I have found it already for you. So it was on the 33rd number. Here, see. Can you read? Meta name description. Content is the Elixir Consulting represents the search selection or whatever. On Google, can you read? Elixir Consulting represents the search and selection and recruitment process. Can you see it? It's the exact same thing that is showing up. Then it says your title, Elixir Consulting Global Solutions to help grow your business. Here it is, Elixir Consulting Global Solutions to help grow your business. And here it says, see, meta name keywords, content, global, and solution. This is what you'll be interested in when you will be an SEO manager for your client. These are the keywords that they have used to rank higher than their competitors. And these are the keywords that you can use yourself. You can do a competition analysis for your competitors, and this is how it works. Okay. This will be it from my side for today. Now I am open for questions. Please write in the chat. Do not unmute yourselves. Yes, we can copy the same keywords they are using. There's no issue. what is the difference between impressions and reach? See, impressions is basically the number of times your content was displayed. Okay, it is not unique. For example, if I search online shopping, okay, and Amazon shows up, I close down my Google search. Next, in another 15 minutes, I again write online shopping, and again Amazon shows up. So it showed up twice, the same thing, but it will count. This is impressions. As many times as it shows up, it will count. As compared to reach, reach is basically the amount of people you have reached through your content, and it is unique. If I write online shopping and Amazon shows up, that is reach one. And after 15 minutes, I write online shopping, and Amazon again shows up, the reach will be still one. It won't change. Okay. The next thing is the CTR. Okay, CTR is basically click through rate. We'll talk about it tomorrow with our keyword research analysis when we'll do it. And okay, keyword research analysis, we will do it. And there we will find out it's basically a ratio of the users which have clicked on your link as compared to the total people who have actually seen your link. Okay. The next thing is, okay, it has gone up, I think. Difference between outbound link and backlinks. It is the same thing. They are synonyms. Salish. I think that's it for today. If any question is left, my team will get back to you and we will discuss them tomorrow in tomorrow's session. Hopefully, everyone liked the session, and stay tuned tomorrow because we will be implementing SEO. Over to Akriti ma'am now.
Thank you, Sanskriti, for explaining it beautifully. It was truly insightful.
Thank you.
So, as I've earlier mentioned, that participants who are interested in digital marketing jobs can directly apply through our website and be connected on social media with us for future job vacancies. So, I'll be sharing the link again in the chat box. And also, guys, as we are meeting on a digital platform, I would request everyone to please turn on your camera and let's have a picture together to cherish this moment. So guys, it's a humble request if you can all turn on the camera. Also, those who have joined late or want to rewatch this session, so I'll be sharing the link of this video, this session, and the pictures on social media. I have messaged it in the group chat box. Please refer to it. All right, I'll retake the picture. Guys, please smile. I hope the session was good. I'm sure it was. All right, guys, ready. Many cameras are still not on. All right, so much, guys. Thank you so much. And that's all for today's session. You guys have been an amazing audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. We'll share the link on WhatsApp. And for now, I'll end the meeting. So thank you again. And I'll request you all to please subscribe and follow us on social media. Link is there in the chat box. You can have your pictures and also see the recording of today's session. Please refer the link. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Team Hofars Energy. Thank you, Sanskriti. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Stay tuned to our social media. We'll share the link of tomorrow's session and in the WhatsApp group as well. Thank you, Hofars Energy team. Thank you so much.